Shadows of Stalin's Empire. Moscow, October 17, 1938. Snow falls in a slow, silent drift over Lubyanka Square. Inside the looming NKVD headquarters, the corridors smell of cold steel and tobacco. A single light burns in a high window. Commissar Genrikh Yagoda's old office, now occupied by his successor, Nikolai Yehov. Beneath him, the machinery of Stalin's secret world hums without pause. Typewriters clatter, telephones ring, and orders of arrest are quietly signed in red ink. The Soviet Union is at war with itself. Stalin's great purge has swallowed generals, poets, scientists, and spies. In the basement, agents drag prisoners for interrogation. Men who once worked for the same intelligence service, now branded as enemies of the people. Above, the few who remain loyal sharpen their focus outward. Europe is trembling, and the Kremlin's eyes must stretch farther than ever. In a dim operations room, a map covers the wall. Red pins mark Tokyo, Berlin, London, Paris. Each pin represents a residentura, an illegal, invisible, and often alone foreign intelligence cell. Among these, one name stands out in coded dispatches: Ramsey. To Moscow, he is the perfect spy. To Japan, he is a respected journalist. The world knows him as Richard Sorge. Across the ocean, in Tokyo's embassy district, Sorge moves through a haze of cigarette smoke and sake. Half German, half Russian, with charm and intellect that disarm suspicion, he lives two lives in one body. By day, he writes for Nazi newspapers and attends diplomatic receptions. By night, he reports to Moscow through coded radio bursts that skip across the Pacific. His mission? Uncover Japan's military intentions.
At that same hour, a young woman in Parisian night slips out of a black car, her gloved hand clutching a briefcase. Dmitri Bystrolyotov watches from a nearby doorway, collar turned up. Once a sailor, now a master spy, he has seduced his way into the heart of European diplomacy. Tonight's prize, a set of encrypted communications from a Western embassy, will be copied by dawn and on Stalin's desk by evening. He works with precision, never violence. But under Stalin, loyalty is more fragile than glass. Back in Moscow, Yezhov's secretaries whisper about lists. No one knows who will vanish next. Files of foreign agents are reviewed, signatures forged, and rumors spread that even the spies abroad may soon face judgment. For Stalin, no one is beyond suspicion, not even those who risk their lives in his name. Ignace Reiss knows this too. Once a loyal operative, he has spent years in Europe gathering intelligence for the NKVD. But when he reads the news of mass executions in Moscow, something inside him breaks. He writes a letter to his superiors, part resignation, part accusation, denouncing Stalin's terror. He writes, "I cannot serve a murderer." Days later, his body will be found riddled with bullets beside a country road in Switzerland. From Tokyo to Paris to Zurich, Stalin's shadow reaches farther than borders. Each spy who serves him walks a line between power and death. For the NKVD, information is life. For the spy, it is a curse. And in that cold October night, as the lights burn across Lubyanka, the world's most ruthless intelligence network is taking shape, one that will soon become the KGB.
The Man Who Warned Moscow, Richard Sorge. Tokyo, May 15, 1941. The morning sun filters through paper walls. Outside, the city hums with precision. Rickshaws, bicycles, and the distant rhythm of military drums. Inside a quiet apartment near Azabu district, a shortwave radio clicks on. Richard Sorge leans over it, the cigarette between his fingers burned almost to the filter. His coded message to Moscow is ready. The voice on the other end is faint but clear. Proceed, it says. Sorge speaks in numbers, strings of 5 digits that sound meaningless to anyone else. Each group hides a fact, troop movements, embassy gossip, intercepted German cables. His network, an odd mix of journalists, embassy staff, and one fearless typist named Hortsumi Ozaki, has been feeding Soviet intelligence for years. Tokyo treats him like a celebrity. He writes articles for German newspapers, drinks with ambassadors, and charms every room he enters. To the Nazis, he is a trusted voice in the Far East. To Japanese elite, a fascinating foreign intellectual. None suspect he's the Soviet Union's most valuable spy in Asia. But the stakes have never been higher. Hitler's armies mass on the western border of the Soviet Union. Stalin doesn't believe they'll attack soon. He thinks it's a bluff. Sorge knows better. Through his German contacts, he's learned Operation Barbarossa is real and imminent.
He transmits the warning to Moscow again and again, but the Kremlin dismisses it as provocation. Stalin's paranoia blinds him to the truth, even from his most loyal agents. Sorge keeps working anyway. His mission isn't over. By autumn, another crucial discovery crosses his desk. Japan, he learns, will strike south, toward the Pacific, not the Soviet Union. That one piece of intelligence changes everything. When Moscow finally listens, Stalin orders his eastern divisions to move west, reinforcing the front just in time to halt Hitler's advance outside Moscow. Sorge's message may have saved the Soviet capital. Yet even victory cannot protect him. In October 1941, the Japanese police close in. Someone has talked. Sorge's radio operator is captured, the network collapses, and the secret journalist becomes a prisoner. The Japanese interrogators are polite, methodical, and relentless. They know who he is now. "Are you a spy?" they ask. Sorge smiles. "Yes, and a very good one." He confesses nothing of Moscow's methods, names no accomplices beyond those already caught. In 1944, he is hanged in Sugamo prison, his ashes placed in an unmarked grave. The Soviet Union will not acknowledge him for decades. Stalin never sent a word in his defense. But inside the Kremlin walls, when the war finally ends, a small file is reopened. It bears one word in red ink: Ramsey. History will remember him as the spy who warned Stalin and was ignored.
The Phantom Lover, Dmitri Bystrolyotov. Prague, February 1933. A grand ballroom glows beneath crystal chandeliers. Cigarette smoke curls through the air as diplomats laugh over champagne. Among them stands a man with sharp cheekbones and unreadable eyes. Dmitri Bystrolyotov. Tailored suit, calm voice, a touch of arrogance. He looks like a playboy, but beneath that charm lies a mind trained for seduction, deception, and survival. His mission tonight is not about conversation, it's about chemistry. The woman at his side, the wife of a British diplomat, leans closer, laughing too easily. Bystrolyotov's words flow like poetry, yet every sentence is measured, engineered to lowered defenses. Within days, she'll hand over keys, documents, or whispers meant only for London. He never forces, he never steals, he makes them offer. From Berlin to Venice, from Geneva to Cairo, he collects state secrets wrapped in silk and perfume. He learns to forge passports, mimic accents, and vanish into crowds. Western intelligence circles know him only as the gentleman. Moscow calls him one of their illegals, agents with no official cover, no embassy protection, no rescue if caught. Every week, coded letters and microfilms travel through couriers to NKVD handlers. They contain military blueprints, encryption tables, political gossip, all paid for not with money, but with charm. Stalin's intelligence machine thrives on such ghosts, men who live 10 lives and die with no name. But no spy escapes the shadow of home. In 1938, while Europe braces for war, Stalin turns inward again. The Great Purge consumes even those who served him abroad. A telegram reaches Prague. Return to Moscow immediately. Bystrolyotov hesitates. He knows what those words mean. Still, he obeys.
Lubyanka prison greets him with silence. No trial, no charges, just the thud of boots, the slam of metal doors, the taste of blood and iron. The interrogators accuse him of treason, foreign contact, moral corruption. His years of service mean nothing. Torture replaces medals. Eventually, a confession is signed, fabricated, forced, final. He is sent to the Gulag, Siberia's frozen empire of punishment. Decades pass. The master seducer becomes a ghost once more, surviving famine, disease, and the slow erosion of memory. Yet even there, among prisoners breaking stones in endless snow, Bystrolyotov keeps his dignity. He teaches, he writes, and when the camps empty after Stalin's death, he walks out alive. He never spies again, but his stories of passports forged in hotel rooms, of kisses traded for codes, of loyalty destroyed by fear, become whispered legend inside Soviet intelligence circles. The man who once conquered hearts for Stalin's empire would die alone in 1975, almost forgotten. But in the secret files of the KGB, one phrase remains beside his name: master of human weakness.
The Spy Who Defied Stalin, Ignace Reiss. Lausanne, Switzerland, July 37, 1937. Rain drizzles over the quiet railway station. A man in his late 30s steps off a train, his collar pulled high, his eyes scanning the crowd. Ignace Reiss, born Nathan Poretsky, has been a Soviet agent since the revolution's earliest years. For 2 decades, he served the cause with absolute devotion. But tonight, something inside him has changed. Europe is whispering about Stalin's Great Purge. Lists of names are being read on Moscow radio. Comrades, generals, even old Bolsheviks shot as traitors. Reiss listens in exile, and every execution feels like a knife. He has obeyed every order, deceived every enemy, risked his life for the revolution. But now, the revolution is devouring its own. He checks into a small pension on the edge of town, pulls out a typewriter, and begins to write his final message to Moscow. His hands tremble slightly, not from fear, but from conviction. The letter is short, precise, and damning. I cannot and will not serve murderers. I am breaking with the party, not with the cause of socialism. Long live communism without Stalin. He signs it with his code name, Ludwig, folds the pages, and sends them to his handlers. It is a suicide note, written in the language of defiance. Within hours, the Kremlin knows. Orders are issued. Defectors are dangerous, especially one who knows the structure of NKVD networks in Europe. Stalin's reach does not stop at borders. For several weeks, Reiss hides. Friends in Switzerland and France urge him to flee to Mexico or join Trotsky's circle in exile, but Reiss refuses to run. Let them come, he says. I want them to see what loyalty looks like. They come on a September evening near Lausanne. A car slows beside the road. Reiss is walking toward a cafe, his raincoat open, when the first shot hits him. then another, then a burst from a submachine gun. When police arrive, they find him lying face down beside a hedge, his passport soaked in blood. The assassins vanish into the night. The message is clear. Even outside the Soviet Union, Stalin's justice is absolute. Inside Lubyanka, his file is stamped liquidated, counter-revolutionary. But among exiled agents, his death changes everything. Some begin to question their purpose. Others, terrified, cling tighter to the regime. The fear spreads deeper than any propaganda could. Ignace Reiss becomes a ghost story told in whispers among NKVD men in Paris and Prague. They speak his name softly, proof that disobedience, even from the loyal, ends one way. Back in Moscow, Stalin reads a summary of the assassination and makes no comment. He simply underlines one phrase from the report: defector neutralized. Then he signs another list of names for execution. The machinery of fear keeps turning.
The birth of the KGB, fear, loyalty, and the machinery of control. Moscow, March 5, 1953. A clock strikes midnight inside the Kremlin. Joseph Stalin lies dying on a dacha floor near Kuntsevo, his body half paralyzed, eyes open but unblinking. Around him, his inner circle stands in silence: Beria, Khrushchev, Malenkov. The air is thick with dread, not grief. For 25 years, Stalin's gaze has ruled through terror, and even in death, no one dares move first. Far away in Lubyanka, the heart of Soviet intelligence, the news spreads quietly. Guards whisper, interrogators pause mid-question. In basements where walls echo with screams, the sound stops for a few seconds. The man who built this empire of fear, the man who turned espionage into religion, has finally stopped breathing. The agencies he shaped, however, will not die with him. The NKVD, the MGB, the Smersh units that hunted spies and soldiers alike, these will soon merge, reorganize, and rebrand into something colder, more calculated: the Komitet Gospodarstvenoi Bezopasnosti, the KGB. It is more than a new name. It is the codification of Stalin's system, a blend of intelligence, counterintelligence, propaganda, and psychological warfare. The ghosts of Sorge, Bystrolyotov, and Reiss linger in every file, every procedure, every whispered lesson passed to new recruits. For the KGB's architects, loyalty remains absolute. They study Sorge's brilliance, Bystrolyotov's seduction, Reiss's defiance, and decide which traits to preserve and which to destroy. From Sorge, they learn infiltration. From Bystrolyotov, manipulation. From Reiss, what happens when conscience interferes.
By the late 1950s, new spies are being trained in secret academies outside Moscow. They memorize cover identities, practice dead drops in snow-covered forests, learn to kill with a glance and smile with a lie. None of them speak of Stalin, but all live in his shadow. His paranoia has been institutionalized, refined, disciplined, perfected. In the years to come, the KGB will grow into one of the most powerful intelligence organizations on Earth. It will shape coups, crush rebellions, and watch its own citizens more closely than any enemy ever could. Behind every coded telegram, every diplomat with a hidden radio, lies a direct inheritance from the Stalin years, where fear was policy and espionage was faith. History often remembers Stalin's era for its wars, its famine, its iron factories, but its most enduring weapon was invisible: the network of spies who carried both the pride and poison of his rule. They lived by deception, served by fear, and died by the very system they built. And when future agents of the KGB raised their glasses in the dim light of training halls, they toasted not to ideology or victory, but to a single unspoken truth. In Stalin's world, knowledge was power, and power was always mortal.